And there we fucking are. We're even on the right Twitch channel.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
The fuck did I manage that?
Amazing. Hello, everyone. It's Friday, and that means we're playing my game that I'm making and dragging these wonderful people through to play test it. Anvea. And this is episode 5.
Don't ask number
That's
questions,
how
Joe.
incrementing numbers works, I think. Yeah, 5.
Could it be an imaginary 5?
Sure.
Aren't all 5s imaginary 5s?
Math isn't real.
Those are fingers, man.
Yeah.
It's 5 of them. It's
Nah. It's not how that works.
No.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got pretty much everyone except for Dan tonight, who is dying, but that's okay. He'll get over it.
And you two were correct. It is episode 5.
Sweet. Numbers. All right. So last time, to recap, you guys started off in the forest following the kids who were leading you to the witch that had stolen the crank from Percy. And you pretty much just killed her on the spot.
We ghostbustered her.
We did.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tried to give us snacks,
Right?
so that not allowed.
Yep.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Combat ensued. You retrieved the crank, and then her little pocket dimension that she hid her cottage in to warp between different forests all around the continent kind of got crushed as she died and wasn't able to maintain all those spells. You guys barely made it out with all the kids. No one got trapped and left behind, which is good. Then after that, you traveled south of the town. You tracked down the Grusk creature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up my goat.
It did fuck up your goat. You guys were trying to set a trap, and it stealthed real good and grabbed the goat. Even though you had some chickens that you were trying to use as decoys. Brought it back to its lair, was about to eat it, and then you guys killed that. And now you have its head.
Mm-hmm.
You were traveling right back to town, and I think we ended pretty much with you guys just arriving right back in town with
That
the head of
sounds
this
right.
creature.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had done a little bit of healing on the goat, so they're fine. They're like limping a little bit, but they're back to somewhat normal.
I mean, goats are just like tiny, less hillbilly deers, and deers are like goddamn Wolverine. They can heal from anything.
That's accurate, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Nature.
Yeah.
Shot me with an arrow.
Yeah,
That's
so-
fine. I'm just going to turn it into another rib.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing. Look it up.
Yeah.
Deers are crazy.
They are.
That's why they jump in front of cars.
They do. They're just like, fuck you.
Kill a lot more people than you would think,
Mm-hmm.
than most predators. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They do. They probably have an abnormally large ratio of
Their head is.
Their kill death ratio is pretty good. Yeah. If that's
Yeah.
what you're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, their Katie's pretty
They're
good.
up there.
Mhm.
They strategize
All right,
sometimes.
They do.
You guys make it back into town. As you guys make it back into town, you see some of the kids that you had rescued from the witch. Like a few of them, you don't see all of them, but a few of them are like with their families. They're kind of pointing at you guys and back at their parents and stuff. They're like, "Oh, those are the people. Those are the one that saved us."
I'm glad that's the story they went with.
Yeah.
That's the guy that shot at me. He's the one who threatened to kill you all.
Oh yeah, that is how you
Yeah.
Introduced
tried to
ourselves.
save one of the kids.
Yeah.
You shot one of the kids to safety with that arrow.
Sometimes you just gotta shoot someone to safety.
You
Like
did.
Ultimate eat.
It doesn't matter
rolled well
what you
enough.
get.
it's a
What matters
safety
is
eat.
what
That's
he-
what it is. It's a safety eat.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that a few of them. Not all of the kids are there. You get the sense that some of them might not have been able to retell the story in a way that the families were happy. But like 3 of the 5 kids are up there, and they're kind of pointed out. And there's a few of the townspeople that are out there as well. A few of them have like, because it's getting kind of closer to nighttime at this point, so a few of them have like lanterns and torches and things. And they see as you're approaching, who's holding the like skull of this thing, and do you have it like wrapped up? Like how?
I think I have it with a shish kebabbed on a longsword.
That's right, because you found the lawn sword in the deal. Okay, so you've got that, and then there's a few people like kind of looking at that and pointing, and whispering amongst themselves, and hear people call out like, "What's that thing?"
Your mama.
It's
It's a
a
grusk.
Yep, it's
Kind of a
Grusk.
grusk.
We killed it.
And you hear some whispering and stuff. And you hear a few people say, and then like you hear a few voices call out, like, "See, I told you that was real. I told you." And then they're like, yeah.
I always
Um,
knew.
I always knew. Since day one. Yeah. But they're all kind of talking amongst themselves. And you see that barkeep that you guys talked to earlier. He kind of walks up, he thanks you guys. And he says, like, "Is that true that there was some sort of like witch thing? Like, we've heard kids joking about that for a while, but no one's ever seen it. We went up into the woods once to check it out, but we didn't see anything. But they're saying that you guys saw some sort of witch lady. What was that
Yeah.
about?"
Yeah.
We saw the crap out of her.
Oh,
Yeah. Witch lived in a magic vanishing house in the woods.
Yeah.
She was messing around with your kids. We put an end to it.
In a way where she was using them as cheap and free labor at the threat of pain or death. I don't know if she was messing around with them in that other way. Yeah.
that's kind of what we were told. Like every so often, kids would run off. They'd be searching for random plants and things, and
Yeah.
they'd always say like, "Oh, we're bringing some lady." And
Yeah.
a few months ago, we drummed up a search party to see what they were talking about, and we thought they were just kind of making it up or something. But I guess you guys are the first ones that saw her, and suppose she was
He's very angry
Not-
about it.
She was.
the. If you had dealt with her in that particular way, she would take your word for it that
Yeah.
that's what needed to happen.
She tried to poison us.
Yeah.
We almost drank spiders.
That's also true.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spiders that
And if
would
you
have
like,
laid
as
eggs
you-
in us
as,
and then
like-
burst out. And
you say that, and then like they kind of look at you, John, a little bit, and they're like, "Yeah, this is kind of gross."
yeah, spiders. I know, creepy, right?
Yeah. Well,
Or
I
eye
guess as,
tattoos wink at them.
yeah. They say like, "Well, the town is very appreciative, and like, I'll waive your fee for this night. I'm assuming you guys are wanting to stay another night in town. I think you said you were
Yeah.
eventually traveling back to Westreach, so
Yeah.
you can stay
Yes.
here. Tabs on you, drinks on the house tonight, and you guys effectively earn 1 temporary charm while you're in the city now.
Oh, shit.
So
So how does
And he says
temporary
to-
charm, does that count as, because I see temporary protection.
yes, so temporary. So there's armor, ward, and charm. Armor is physical damage reduction, ward is mental damage reduction, and charm is fortune damage reduction.
God damn it, Joe. I wasn't clicking. No, it was perfectly reasonable right there on the page.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
wasn't thinking. No, you were right. I got it figured out.
Okay.
It's all Alex's fault.
All 3 of those fall under the
respect
umbrella
that.
term of protection, which is just damage reduction, but
Yeah.
charm's the term for specifically fortune damage reduction.
I get it.
And it's kind of like a reputation fame thing. When certain areas are favored towards you, you can get temporary protections of certain kinds. Usually it'll be temporary fortune protection, because that kind of hand waves like people paying for stuff for you and kind of looking the other way a little bit more and being more lenient with you in general. It's because they have a higher like disposition towards you at base. Yeah. And he tells you guys too, like a few of you look kind of a little bit rough. Is you hunted down the Grusk with as you guys are? He's kind of looking, sees that you're not like super outfitted and stuff. He's like, we've seen a few more outfitted types go after it and didn't make it. So
I mean, it just goes to really,
surprised.
yeah. And I mean, it just goes to really show that raw natural skill and smarts, you can't replace that with, expensive gear. And
I'll hold up the longsword with the Grusk head on it. Yeah.
see,
In bear traps.
Yeah.
just gotta,
Experiences.
They look at it, they're like, that thing's hideous.
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
It was less hideous actually, and then it became more so.
Yeah.
What was your last name again there, buddy?
Mine.
No, the guy we're talking to, not
Oh,
you, Al. Your last name is Sherman. It's
Um,
right there on the overlay.
yeah.
What was the name I gave this guy?
I know that phrase. That's the I'm playing like I totally made it up while I right now
Random
make it up.
generated.
I wrote it down the first time you guys talked to him a few sessions ago. I have this like really long note that's just I add on to every session.
Nice.
And my brain's just going to like Bundy because you'd said the name Al.
Oh, it's got to be Bundy. Is this dude a
Let's
shoe
rock.
salesman?
No,
Not
this
anymore.
is the tavern guy that you talked to the first time.
He's a cobbler. That's it, John. It's fucking it.
Makes shoes
No, I
and
never named him.
pies.
Well, his last name
this
is Bundy.
guy- Bundy.
Bundy.
All right.
His name is Al Bundy. Joe, it's from a sitcom that's way older than you.
Okay.
I think it might have been canceled before you were born.
It might have been.
It was on for quite a few seasons.
It was. It really was. Anyway, well, Al, I do got some bad news with how this thing looks. You may not want to say too much about it because while we were in its cave, we did see in its cave, it did have its family tree posted there. And
Yeah.
on its mother's side, third cousin, twice removed, I did see the name Bundy. So you two may be distant relatives.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
Right. Well, again, you can stay the night and then you can be on your way.
I just got us politely kicked out. Oops.
Imagine that.
Uh-huh.
But,
There with that
So-
temporary protection.
Joe, how old were you in 1997?
one, maybe?
Okay, so June 9th,
Depends on what
1997
point.
is when Married with
June
Children.
9th?
Yes.
I was not even one yet.
Okay. So yeah, that's when Married with Children went off the air.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was on so
I
long.
just missed it.
87 to 97.
Yeah, it was on for a long time actually.
God damn.
They had to replace Buck.
They did.
F's in the chat for Buck.
I don't know.
Buck was the family
They-
dog.
Steve Rhodes was the neighbor's husband, and he was also replaced.
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah.
Because there was some issue with the neighbor's husband a few times.
Welcome to our
Off-
show
Off
about
camera.
90s sitcom trivia.
What you here for?
But
Mm-hmm.
It was Christina
The before
Applegate's
times for me.
big break, and most of them. Lisa Gall.
Dave
Dark
Faustino's
times.
not so big break.
Yeah.
So one other thing that he mentions, there are some weapon and armor shops here in town. And they relay like, oh, we don't have a lot to pay you guys back for dealing with this witch, and we've tried to drum up some stuff for the Grusk as well. I guess that was also really out there, it appears. But we don't have a lot to compensate you with, but I'm sure the shops will be willing to do business with you with a slightly better deal and make it right, like repairs or upgrades, if you want to check those out.
Sure.
And you guys basically earn a free like die size upgrade for whatever piece of equipment gets seen by either a weaponsmith or an armor in
Nice.
town.
Okay.
Or we could just get some armor.
I have some armor. Shit.
And if you don't have armor, then you can just get a free D6.
Okay, I'd do that.
Yep. And
Do I have armor? I say that
cost
being
anything.
a smartass. Yes, I do have armor.
And so the die size upgrade, you can either apply that to a weapon or a armor piece, and each step of the die adds 1 protection, which you can put on any slot. It can either be more physical protection, mental, or fortune, whichever.
So I've got leather armor D4. That would
Okay.
just bump it up to a D6, right?
Yep.
Okay.
How do you have a D4 leather armor?
I don't know, Joe. This is your game.
Should have had everyone should have had 2 D6 items.
It doesn't matter because I'm a halfling.
No.
I don't know, Joe. I really don't know.
You're looking at your character sheet.
It made sense at the time.
I had a D4 armor also.
Yeah, I think
I
character
put that
creation. It
somewhere?
was at least it was like a D6 and a D4 items. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can either pick 2 D6 weapons or 1 D6 weapon and a D4 body item that grants 1 point of protection.
Is that in the Google Doc or in the
It's the beta V 3.3.
3?
It's in the...
That's not how I remember it, but I guess that's what I wrote.
I mean, listen, Joe, if you want to say that it's 2 D6 items, whether that's weapons or armor, I'll gladly take it.
Standard 1d6, 1d4. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So yeah, you would be upping it from a D4 to a D6. Right.
Okay.
Which would give it 2 points protection. And you can have it split up however you want. However you feel like, his armor and weapons and everything are kind of personalized, however you kind of picture them for your character.
Okay. No, I'm just going to take it up to a D6. I need that 2 points of body protection because my body is garbage.
Yeah, for sure. Or you could up a weapon to a D8.
Really thought about that, but I want to not die more.
Yeah, that's fair. Protection adds up.
Yeah.
That's
All right. So it's pretty close tonight. Is there anything in particular you guys are wanting to do else in town? Does anyone have, I don't think anyone had any like lingering injuries or anything.
nope. We got one of those. I am wondering if we should maybe somebody keep a watch overnight on the skull. I just want to make sure it doesn't like, because the way it grew back skin, I kind of want to make sure that doesn't
What
happen.
if it grows like a miniature?
Yeah. I was thinking about that. How does it poop? Did it have to like tear open?
Wait.
And
I don't
Well,
think
you
any of
know-
us inspected its butt cheeks. Like, can we confirm it didn't have a butthole?
It did not.
It didn't even have a butthole?
that's some efficient
did not.
digestion.
Can I
Either
do,
very
like-
efficient or every poop is a bad poop.
It had very strange anatomy that If you guys had looked into it, I would have had answers for her, but
I would really like to sit down and think about how this creature could have pooped. Could I roll a
It didn't
discern
have a
test?
butthole, but it had little dimples in its palms.
It's like those old
What?
Play-Doh toys that you push down and it's
Mhm.
oh god,
Star shaped, weird.
you just put in the
what was the
different
test you
little
were wanting to roll?
slides. I said discern. I want to make an intelligence test because I don't have discern because I'm really concerned about this
Okay.
thing's pooping path.
Situation.
Sure. And that would be either Warren or Occult, I believe, or maybe I think it was Warren or
Yes.
Occult were the two that was giving you guys for it.
Sounds like a cat.
Would you say this could be urban or common though?
Yes.
Yeah, I rolled double ones.
So I will say it could be urban if you
Yes.
go to a library to like
that.
research.
Reading is for goddamn nerds. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
You calling us nerds, Joe?
Yeah. I think
I'm
he
giving
is.
you the option to be nerds.
Oh,
Look, we have a
okay.
haunted book and we haven't read it yet, so that disqualifies us from nerd category, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay then.
A cat stares at the walls in this new house and screams at them for no reason. I don't know why.
You all.
Screams at them.
Oh God, you got ghosts, man.
Ah,
Yes.
jeez.
No. Just there's some quantum fluctuations. It's all
Get her.
fine.
Marty
Unfortunately,
McFly's gonna
Chuck, you
show up in your
cannot
bedroom.
think of how.
It's got to be those
this
hand
thing-
dimples.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad we didn't shake
can't
hands
think of
with
it.
it.
The only holes that you remember seeing on it were its like gills that it had that led to its lungs on its chest.
I don't know a lot about of
Gills?
anatomy. I do remember Joe mentioning gills, but like generally, creatures don't shit where they breathe.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'd
kind
say
of
if you guys put your heads together and are all trying to recall this simultaneously.
If we're all making a collective
complete
intel
aside.
check on Grusk buttholes.
But in
Yes.
researching a Aarakocra character for another game, I learned that eagles can projectile shit 10 feet so they can shoot
Wow.
it out of the nest.
I've seen that before where like they just
I
back
did not
up and
know
just
that. And
what's even
I'm like,
weirder
that's
are
great.
like whatever there's some fucking bird that like the young like they just make like little like poop bubbles, like poop balloons, that way the parent can easily just pick those up and eat those and not make a mess out of the nest.
That's disgusting.
Fucking Christ, we
nature's
keep
so beautiful.
if we keep this kind of show up, I bet we could get our own show on Discovery Channel.
Nature
Probably not.
facts.
Well, there's got to be more probably
Facts?
incest or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Bigfoots.
What's Discovery showing these days?
It's
Bigfoots. That's
you
what
had
it
it
means.
right. Like it's either incest
What
or it's
kind of
Bigfoots.
poop does Bigfoot
Mhm.
theoretically leave behind?
When it has sex with its brother.
Butterfingers?
Yes.
I think that's how we get Butterfingers. Bigfoot just shits them out. I can't say anything because I fucking love Butterfingers. So
I can-
like,
Yeah,
I can
was
tell
listening, and
Alex
I
is
haven't
glad
had a
he showed up
Butterfinger in a
tonight.
long time.
Oh
Yes.
my god!
like
damn
I
it.
think,
Yeah.
fucking Christ, if you put a Bigfoot turd in front of me, I'm liable to eat it because goddamn, I love Butterfingers.
I'll be a gorilla
I'm
from
not a fan
Congo
of
with that
Butterfingers.
Butterfinger.
Fuck you, Joe.
I'm not a fan of eating mystical beast shits either.
That's just part of life. Ashley,
Butterfingers are probably one of the only like they're probably my lowest priority candy bar.
have you ever had Chicka
Lowest
Sticks?
priority candy bar.
I mean, they still have sugar in them, so I will eat them.
Yeah.
But
Look, no, Joe, have you ever had Chicka Sticks?
chicken sticks.
So
No.
imagine the internal part of a Butterfinger, just it's a long stick and it's that
The worst
orange
part of it.
color and it's like peanut, but it's like where Butterfingers, like they got some texture and some chew, like they kind of get Chica sticks, they are harder and they get like chewier and gummier, and they're coated in like dried coconut. Like,
Oh, probably
if
wouldn't like
I
those.
had to vote for a fucking candy snack to be thrown off the fucking edge of the world,
Yeah,
it would be chicken sticks.
All the chicken sticks gone.
All of them. Like, get the fuck out of here.
that sounds fair. Yeah,
I'll bet Dave
not a big
loves
fan
them.
of coconut. I don't mind coconut flavor, but I don't like coconut like texture when it's like
Uh,
The
So
only
neither
time-
Almond Joys nor Mounds.
The
yeah.
Okay, John, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that coconut just brings back nostalgia for me because my dad always liked to have a Pepperidge Farm coconut cream cake. That was like
I don't know
the
if I've
evening
ever had
dessert
coconut
treat.
cream cake. Like,
Yeah.
the moistest interpretation of coconut that I've ever consumed in my life was Almond Joy or Mounds.
Yeah, those are dry.
I have
They're
had
fucking
coconut
gritty.
flour cake, which is not good.
Yeah.
Sounds nasty.
No, the only good application for coconut is when you go to Who Hot and you just put like that scoop of dried coconut on top of your food at the end. Like, you don't get the texture. It's just that nice sweetness it introduces into the dish. That's it. This episode is sponsored by Who Hot. You want to go to a restaurant where you can see a cook get his knuckles maimed? Go to Who Hot. Wow.
That's fair.
All right.
Authentic knuckle.
Authentic knuckle maiming.
Back to the game.
So does this thing have a butthole or not, Joe?
Yeah, Joe.
Did not. Did not. It had strange anatomy. So
Oh yeah, it doesn't
from
have a
everything that you
butthole.
guys know about this, it's not like a naturally occurring creature that like evolved like a lot of other things did. It's something that was kind of spawned from all the stuff that happened to the east and got all warped by the basin stuff.
That's
they
And
lost their buttholes.
That's where the poop. That's where the poop goes. They eat and then it just magically teleports to that other place.
it
The east.
recycles everything into its healing, and then if it has too much matter left over, it like vomits it back up.
Wish I could vomit my excess matter out.
I mean,
if you keep eating, eventually. it will.
Yeah.
That's how those work.
I'm not gonna.
I know. Like I said it, and then I'm like, oh,
It's technically an option.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's technically.
So it's always an
Christ.
option.
Joe, this
There's
is
a
your
word
fault.
for it.
So we should move on. Is what you said.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, look, a can of
everyone
worms.
feel free to
Let's
do
just
your
step
Shut
right
up.
in.
your item upgrades as well.
It's
And then
about
yeah, it's pretty
goddamn
close
time.
tonight. Was anyone doing anything with the rest of the day? It's pretty close. Like there's some sunlight, a tiny bit, but it's getting pretty close to dusk.
I'll get some leather armor and call it a
Yeah.
day.
That's all I
Yeah.
do.
So yeah,
Okay.
I would definitely be going and getting my armor upgraded. Joe, how does bartering work? So I do have a D4 of coins and a D6 of booger sugar. Could
Yeah.
I find someone to trade for either upgrading my short bow, possibly?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much anytime you're in town, you can exchange your items to upgrade things, or if there's a particular item in mind that you want to buy,
Okay.
then you can talk to vendors to get
I
those.
know you.
So if you're wanting to upgrade your deal,
Yeah.
there is a weaponsmith that can do that.
Okay, I would
Um,
appreciate that.
and
yeah.
it would cost both of those D4 items.
One is a
'cause those
D6 and one is a D4.
Oh, if one is D6. Okay. So the way that you could exchange that is basically because your bow is D6 already, right?
My bow is a D6 right now, yes, and I would like to
So
bump it up.
so a throwing a D4 at it would bump it to a D8.
Okay.
Throwing a D6 at it would do a D8 with a positive tag.
What does the positive
So-
tag do?
So positive tag would be like trusty or something like that, like a tag that has a positive benefit to it. There's a few. Or if there's like a particular tag that you want, you can put it on there. Usually it's just trusty.
Okay.
And trusty lets you add an extra die and then drop the lowest.
Okay. Then yes, I will. So you said I can throw my D6 at it, and it bumps it up to a D8, and I get the trusty tag.
Yep.
Oh, there's the general tags. Okay. I'll look at the tags, but yes, that is what I'm going to do. I'm only going to give up my D6 of booger sugar.
Okay. Yeah, I think the main, the only other ones that would be like kind of positive would be like piercing for a bow, or you could add like something to it to give it the melee tag as well. That'd technically be a positive tag. Or if you wanted to modify it, like if you were someone that, if you had like one of the advancements that lets you do like martial weapons or trained weapons, then you could throw that tag on it too, and you'd be able to do things with it.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'll just go with the trusty. Rolling 2 dice and taking the better.
Yep.
Cool.
Good way to do it. All right. Is anyone else exchanging any of their items to upgrade stuff, like bartering, swapping things out?
I just upgraded my armor. That's it.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I suppose I could barter my trusty new longsword to upgrade the armor I just got.
Yeah. So you'd be able to. So that longsword's a D6, and that would let you put your armor up to a D8.
Oh, heck yeah. I'll only be afraid of a ghost with this.
Yeah.
I still stand by. I ain't afraid no ghost.
I'm afraid of one ghost.
One.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Yep. Just the one.
Casper, isn't it?
All right.
Ah!
Too goddamn friendly.
Except to something. All right. Snipe falls. Guys are able to stay at the inn for free. And so you said someone wanted to like watch the head overnight, or like
I think
take shifts watching it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, maybe take some
maybe we do
watches.
shifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are watching it, it wouldn't be until like kind of towards the morning, like a while's passed, it starts to bleed again. It hasn't been bleeding this whole time.
I guess we got to figure out which
Just
one of us is
slowly.
on that watch. Alex, are you keeping watch as well?
I never keep watch.
Let's roll a D6. 1 to 2 me, 3 to 4 John, 5 to 6 Jake. I rolled a 2. I'm on watch when it starts bleeding.
Yeah.
Do we have a stove or a fireplace in this room?
Yeah.
I put it in the fire for a little bit.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Just like straight onto the fire, like onto the coals.
Yeah.
Everybody wakes up just like, ugh.
Just give it that hard sear to remind it that it's dead.
Mylar reaction.
Seal the juice.
That Mylar reaction.
Yeah. And, like it wasn't bleeding a lot, but it was just starting to like drip blood again every so often. So yeah, you throw it in, it sears up. You see like especially all the edges of the skin like kind of buckle and curl in just a bit as they're getting singed.
Oh, those
skin
cracklings.
peels a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I'm like, it'd be a market if you can keep it down.
Oh,
that's a good
Endless
idea.
pork
Like-
cracklings.
The 1 or 2 vertebrae that were like on it kind of pop and sizzle, and the bottom one like cracks off and starts burning in the fire. How long are you leaving it in the fire?
Till it stops bleeding. And
Yeah,
then-
it stops pretty quick.
Okay. I take it back out then.
Okay. Yeah, it seemed to be like bleeding from the
The neck.
fleshy bits, and those kind of like seal up pretty quick.
Okay.
So
The next thing I am going to do is I am going to take a pillowcase
Yep.
and I am going to twist this pillowcase up and then tie it in its mouth like a gag.
Yep.
That way, in case it does animate more, biting will be off the table.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Do
Chew
that.
through it.
Yeah.
It seems, even though like the bone of it's like exposed, it still has like a lot of force, like holding its jaw up, which is strange. So as you pull it down and you fit the gag into it, it's like it's still biting down on it.
Okay. I was going to say, if it was fighting me too hard, like I could just American History X this thing open.
You could.
You could.
It's another movie Joe hasn't seen.
Yeah.
It's a
Starring,
friendly movie.
yeah, starring
There's
Edward
a lot of
Norton
those.
and the kid from Terminator 2.
Uh-huh.
The Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the Hulk.
Yeah, he hulks.
It's a
He hulks out
distant
in that
film
movie.
of the Marvel movies.
You
my
said
favorite
Edward Norton, and
MCU
the
actor.
first thing you said was the Hulk.
It's what Bruce Banner did when he disappeared between Avenger movies.
True.
Yeah. Yep.
Also,
All right.
a lot of Fight Clubs in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a busy dude.
No, that's Brad Pitt.
Edward Norton was in that too, Joe. They were the same person.
Yeah.
So was
And they were all
Marla.
dead in the end.
All of them. The fucking ghost Bruce Willis came up like, oh, I see you.
All right.
I see.
It's the next day. You guys know that you need to travel back to Westreach. I don't think you had anything left to do in this town,
Nope.
really.
Hopefully we'll catch up with Percy on the way.
Yeah, that's our
Yeah,
only.
and then you guys
item
told
to
Percy
do.
to wait in place, like along the path.
Yeah.
So you do so. So you guys head out. Are you doing any? It's a trip that you guys have already done, so you don't need to do the same level of like prep or whatever. But before you leave town, you guys can choose to either like go through prep again or see if you want to get like prep tokens to have like wild card items as you're like doing your traveling stuff. So you can do find tests to do that.
Nah,
Kind of up to you guys.
I don't want to. You guys are welcome to.
I'll do a fine test and get some prep tokens. 'Cause that sounds
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
So prep tokens are basically however many successes you get on this awards you a prep token, and then that's just like a token you can exchange for like, oh, I have a rope, or oh, I have a ladder. Or it's kind of like you can retcon that you prepared and have this item that you need.
Gotcha. And then would this be common
Um,
for the
yes,
fine?
this would actually be a common or urban test.
I fucking missed my chance.
You can still do it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I got some temporary. Whatever that. Nope. Ooh.
Yeah, no tokens. So
Yeah.
not a whole lot of stuff to prep for there.
Yeah.
And you can still get items like that. They just cost burning fortune damage. To say that you have like things retconned.
Mhm.
Could I spend my fortune protection to do that? Or
So basically you can roll a d6 and buy a prep token, and then your fortune it's going to be like a d6 of damage to you, and your fortune protection will take away from that.
okay,
So
I'll do that then. I'll roll a d6.
I feel like that would have been the more effective option for me.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, you got a 6.
6,
Nice.
and it explodes now. I'm kidding. But yeah, so you
Tell
can
you
subtract. Do you have how much fortune protection do you have?
I just had the one for the charm.
Just the one. Okay, so that'll be 5 fortune damage.
Oh boy.
But
You got a
have
great
one-
deal on whatever it is you have.
But you do have one prep token.
Okay, that's good. But what happens when I get to 0 fortune?
You die.
Then you take a condition.
Oh, baby.
And you guys did a long rest as well, so that should have healed. Had you already taken fortune damage?
I took
That's why
one,
you're
but my max was 6. But if I rested, yeah, so I should be fine.
Okay.
What do we get for a long rest, Joe?
So long rest is the lowest stat in each pool or the highest stat in one pool. So like if you have a 5 and a 3 in your physical, then you can either choose to heal 5 physical or 3 physical, and then like the lowest in all of the other stats.
Right.
For their
It was-
respective health pools.
I was only doubted physical, so
Okay. And then if you don't have any conditions, your fatigue should also reset back to 0.
Yep.
All right. So you guys set your way back out. I'll say Percy was pretty close to this town. Like you guys ran into them, and because the kids had come out from this town and messed with them, and like he wasn't too far away. So it's only about an hour or two before you're back to the spot where Percy was. He's kind of moved himself around a little bit in the area. You see like lots of tracks where his box has kind of moved over the past few days, but he's still pretty much just there. And you see that his box is open. He's out, and he's kind of like springing up and down, trying to swat at something that's in a tree. I actually have an image for Percy now.
Oh shit!
Oh boy.
I'm ready to be wowed, Joe. Don't disappoint me.
Yeah, if it's a stick figure in a box, I'm gonna be upset. Oh my god. If I'd known it looked like that, that would have been
this changes
dead on
things, Joe.
sight.
This changes things.
He actually looks a little bit worse than that because part of his face is broken away.
Yeah.
And you see like the metal framing that's holding the porcelain.
So it looks a bit like a FNAF character. Got it. Okay.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. You get sort of those types of vibes. Yeah. So you see him like springing up and he's trying to swat.
Percy, what you doing?
And as he bounces back down, he looks back out. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, you're back already."
Yep.
There's just this strange creature making this noise at me, and I didn't like it. You hear there's like a bird tweeting, or
Percy. Percy, buddy, pal. That's a bird.
Yes.
Birds are nice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
This
tweeting.
one's very annoying.
It was singing its song to you. Don't judge it for being a bad singer.
Sings? Is that music?
It's bird music, yes.
Oh.
So here it was trying to be nice to you, and you were trying to hit it.
Oh no. And he seems very upset by that and kind of slinks back down. He looks over. He's like, "Well, did you find those mean boys that stole the thing from me, my crank?"
I'll let one of you take it. I made him feel bad, so I've achieved my goal.
We did, and we got your crank.
He perks up, and so one thing about his like porcelain part of his face is it doesn't move. It's like completely stationary, but you see like the framing smiling behind it that's broken.
Okay.
He goes to like clap, but one of his hands is still like missing, so he just kind of does that motion. He's like, "Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to find it."
Yeah.
What did you do to the boys?
Nothing. They were just.
They were working for an evil witch.
Yeah.
They were bewitched by an evil witch.
Indeed.
It did say something about her putting that up to them, or putting them up to it.
Mm-hmm.
She put
It was still really mean of them.
She had them doing all kinds of errands for them.
It was mean of them, but
yeah,
they were under threat of having mean things done to them. So
we did mean things to her.
Yes, and now they don't have to be mean anymore, and they won't bother you.
I suppose that's fair. And he starts kind of like rotating his box, just and he spins it towards you so that the side that the crank slots into is like facing you guys. And he says, "Well, I very much like it back."
Alana has to crank and just kind of looks around at everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I have nothing for this.
I'll attach the crank.
All right. You feel it like almost magnetically like lock in as soon as you kind of align it. And then it clicks a little bit, and you hear like this latching mechanism inside of the walls of this box, like also secure to it. You see some of the gear. There's kind of like a bit of a space in between where this crank is and like the side of the box, and you can see some of these gears move and kind of lock. And it almost like this brighter, some sheen kind of comes back to the metal, and his whole body kind of like rattles and shakes a little bit at that. And you hear the springs twisting and cracking at that. And then his box latches back closed. And his crank like shakes and jiggles a little bit.
We're good here, right?
So
I just need one of you to wind it, and then I'll be all better.
Not it.
Not it.
I'll wind it and give it a crank.
You start turning it. It's very, very difficult to move at first. You like push on it. It's got some give. You almost feel like maybe you're pushing it the wrong way, but then it gives. You start pressing it. There's a lot of resistance to it. And as you're twisting it, you hear like music kind of spinning up a little bit and getting quicker and quicker. Sounds like one of those kind of like those piano roll things.
Yeah.
Where like a music box almost.
Clear pianos.
Yeah, you hear like that type of sound, and then it's speeding up a little bit. And you hear all sorts of like cracking, and twisting every so often, like a metal spring getting like released, and you're just like all sorts of sounds like that. You hear the creaking of the box, and you see the color returning slowly on the sides of this box. Like there's some nice like for those like engravings that are getting their color back. There's some like gold edges to this. There's greens and blues that are coming back up, and you see that there's like a few patterns of his face, but restored in glory, that are plastered on and kind of tiled around it. You see this name Percy appear on the front of the box.
Percy.
And you feel like you're getting kind of close towards the end of the song, the way the cadences are playing out in it. You continue?
Yeah.
All right.
He hasn't told me to stop. And he hasn't exploded.
Continue. Give me a saving throw there.
Woohoo!
This will be a physical saving throw.
All right. So that's just going to be my... so I pick the higher of the two?
Yes, the higher of the two in your physical.
Okay. Is there a context or anything that I use with it?
And this would be occult or desolate.
Okay. I got a cult. And no skill is involved with it because it's a saving throw.
Nope, correct. Just the attribute because it's saving throw. Yep.
I'll take a success.
One success. Yeah. And that is enough. So the box flings open, and he doesn't look like he intentionally does this, but as he bursts out of the box, one of his hands like unfurls and swats right like where you're at, and it leaves a dent on the ground as his hand slaps. And it's the hand that wasn't there before, and see it's almost this like more solidified kind of blocky porcelain. His hand's kind of like in this slightly clawed grip. It smashes and retracts back into the box. He pops out, and he looks much more like this picture here, where his face is all put back together. You don't see the metal frame or anything underneath it. His clothes are more brightly vibrant and put together. You don't see any holes or patches. He has this big red bright bow tie. He comes out and he still talks to you, but it sounds a little bit more muffled. You don't see his face move at all. He's like, "Oh, this feels much better. I can see you guys more clearly. This is great." It's like, I haven't felt like this in it's been a few weeks at least.
Yeah. So, Percy, I gotta ask, where were you going in the first place?
Oh, I was trying to find something that Jasper would like. But I don't really know what he likes, so I've just kind of been wandering around.
What do you remember about Jasper?
He's very big. He likes to build things. He's always singing songs. He likes music. He's the one that wrote this little song that's on the music box inside of me.
Okay. So you're looking for a gift for Jasper, and he likes building things. You may consider tools, and if he likes music, maybe maybe get him another music box or something,
Or sing him a song.
or learn a new song and
Casey,
sing it to him. I bet he'd really like that.
New song. And he thinks about that a little bit. He sees his hand kind of come up in front of his face, almost like he's thinking.
Yeah. Hey there, Oak.
He's like, that is a good idea. I'm going to find a new song for him. And you see that he retreats back in his box. It doesn't latch this time, though. And you hear this like horrible twisting, snapping sound. You hear like metal wrenching and a spring pop. And he comes back out and he's holding a box. And he sets it down on the ground in front of you guys. He's like, I don't need this song anymore. I'll find a different one. And I'm sure that Jasper will like it. But you guys can take it. I think Jasper likes this song. And if you see him, maybe he'll know that we're friends.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
This is all yours, man.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right. So this is a music box. And it is a D8 echelon, arcane, and travel item.
Okay.
I'll post that in the chat there. He says, like, sometimes when it plays, it seems to make some of the people that Jasper hasn't fixed, soothes them a little bit. Some of the ones that kind of roam around off to the east. They tend to leave me alone when I'm singing this song. So maybe it'll help you guys.
Yeah, that sounds very helpful. Thank you, Jasper.
He says, thank you. I'll find a new song, I'm sure. Do you know where to find new songs?
Listen to the birds.
Inside your heart.
And then he looks up.
Look for musicians.
And he springs up and snatches the bird out of the tree and just claps it between both of his hands. And retracts back to the box. And you hear this horrible, like, squishing sound.
Nope. That's not how birds sing.
And you see some red, like, kind of leak out of the edges of the box a little bit. And you hear some twisting and grinding.
We should go.
Like, oh, this doesn't work very good.
We should go.
Yeah,
fast.
you have to listen and make the change in you.
So birds don't work good as music boxes?
No. Pretty much only music boxes work good as music boxes. But you could sing, kind of like your friend does, or a bird. It might be hard for you to whistle.
I'll have to find another one then.
Just
are they normally in these things? And he's like looking at the tree.
Yep. They're pretty common in trees.
Try to be gentler to them.
Yeah. You don't need to.
They're fragile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just listen.
I'll try that. I'm sure if I can sing the song, then Jasper will like that too.
I'm sure he will.
Because then the song will come from you.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of did before.
Music that made music.
Technically that box is my body too.
Yeah.
It points the one that you're holding.
Yep.
But I suppose it would come from me in a different way. Right?
Yeah.
Says, okay, well, I suppose I'm off to find another song. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck.
Goodbye.
Remember, if you see a giant, I think he says that he's a mantis shrimp. I haven't ever seen an actual mantis shrimp, but that's what he says he looks like. And it's very large. I'm sure he'll appreciate that box.
Okay.
If we see Jasper will be sure to say hi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he flips onto his side and starts dragging himself like off away from you guys again. And as he's doing that, like the crank's kind of like swinging back and forth, and you hear like more weird turning and stuff as some of those exposed gears and bits from where he ripped the music box are crunching and gnawing against each other.
Well, at least people hear him coming.
Yeah.
So, run for it?
Yeah, run.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
We go.
All right. With that, see him disappear into the horizon, pulling himself slowly across the plains.
Now,
In
if
search of a
anybody
new
asks,
songbird.
we've never seen
Right.
anything like that. Nope.
Yeah.
We just found this on the side of a road.
Yes.
And that's all that ever happened. We didn't see anything else.
We found it in the Grusk Slayer. How about that? No one
Yeah.
would think about.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were never at the Grand Canyon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so this music box too, it looks like you probably could get like a smaller handle to fasten to it, but right now like there's a gear that you can kind of hold on and twist manually to play the song.
Okay.
And you see like it doesn't play automatically when you turn it, but it kind of winds up like a spring coil inside of it. And then when the box is opened, it'll start playing the song.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. You guys continue along on your trip.
Mhm.
Roll me a d6.
Anyone or all of us?
Just anyone
Oh, there you
I
go.
rolled a
the
1.
encounter or against the deal. All right.
What if we just collect pieces from all the strange creatures we come across and then just cobble them together?
Oh, I like that idea. We'll make our own, like,
You do that.
A musical Grusk with a fancy new butthole.
New and
yes.
improved.
New and improved.
Okay. Another few hours pass on. You're getting to almost midday. The sun's almost straight above you. You know that there's probably a few more hours left to travel. Road's bending a little bit. There's kind of some hills here and there, some sparse trees. And it's as you're coming over one of these hills, and you're looking down. There's like a little bit of a valley that you're going through here. You see what looks like an overturned cart. It's just off to the side of the road slightly. Don't see any people, don't see any horses or anything, just like this cart that's slightly off to the side, flipped on its side.
Okay. How do you want to handle this, guys?
I'll just walk up to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look out
If
for
anything bad happens, I can test out this fancy new armor I've got.
bandits or brigands, you know.
I'll go up there with you.
All right. I'm gonna sneak along to provide cover and look out.
Okay.
I am also going to try to sneak.
Sure. Anyone that's doing like conceal, roll for it.
Do a barrel roll.
Would you say that this is urban or common?
No, this is nature or desolate.
Okay.
If you say so.
I feel like I should expand my context at some point.
You can buy new ones.
But I really like just harassing you every single fucking roll. Is this urban or common? That's also
Well, just
really
imagine,
fun.
every 5 episodes you'll have a new one to ask him about.
Is this urban, common, or desolate?
Yeah.
No, this is a library.
That would be
You
urban.
do get one success there. And then were you also trying to hide there, John? Okay, both get one success. Okay, so you guys kind of slink off.
I'm actually using magic to do this, so.
Oh, okay.
I was going to use the imbue version of my feral spellcasting. So
Sure.
I like sprout some spider legs and hunker down and skitter on over.
All right. Yeah, keeping low.
Yeah.
Shifting your form just a little bit. Alrighty. Yeah, you're both staying out of sight. And then you said Alex and Jake, you guys are just kind of walking straight up to the side of this cart.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you swinging like kind of wide? Like, so it looks like it's tipped to its side with like the bottom of the cart is kind of facing towards the road and just a little bit angled towards you guys.
Definitely going wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he
Joe,
takes one side, I'll take the other.
I just wanted you to know, Joe, that I did hear your cat screaming at that ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
My cat has been freaking out a lot all day.
Cats in the back. This was never your land.
Yeah.
I always told my kid that the cats do, steer off or do that because they're put here to watch for spatial anomalies, disruptions within the quantum flotsam of the universe. That's why they knock things off a table. They're testing the local gravity.
Oh, yeah. Like, are we in the Matrix? No, gravity still works. We're fine.
That's right.
No inception here.
The
No
big function
inception here.
cats are to anchor destabilized areas.
Yeah.
So they had it all figured out.
That's probably
I
what they're doing.
was just going to say that since
Definitely not
Joe,
just being assholes.
yeah, since Joe
Definitely
moved to a
not.
college town, it's the ghost of some poor student who died from crushing student debt. Fucking thanks.
Could be.
higher
I'm working on it.
education. Yeah.
I feel like my rent should be lower if that happened here.
I bet you could negotiate for that. Yeah. It's
Like, it wouldn't deter me at all. But
I think there was some movie about that, like where if your roommate dies, you get pass for the semester.
Yes.
something like that.
If
Yeah,
your
I forget what movie
previous
it was.
tenant dies, the
If you're
next person
found
gets
not guilty,
discounted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like trying to convince. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so you guys kind of swing wide. And as you get sort of close to this car, you hear this kind of this quiet voice just kind of yelling. They sound like they're kind of winded. You hear this just like, help, someone. And you swing wide and you see like the top of this cart seems to be like pinning somebody to the ground. They're just kind of pushing on it.
This is for Jake and Alex, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jake and
I
Alex.
will, I
You
will attempt
guys
to use my
are
brawn to help him.
okay. Walk up close, and as you are approaching him, he kind of turns his head to the side and looks like he's like, "Oh, thank God!" And he pushes. It doesn't seem to be budging at all as he's pushing on it. And you say you're just going to try and brawn. This would be like a force test. You have that. If you're just trying to like brute force push it up,
Yeah.
unless there's a different way that you
force
feel like you
support.
can help.
Hmm.
But if you don't have force, it would just be.
I
brawn.
suppose I could, but no, that could actually kill him. I was going to stop the wood around him, but that could squish him more. So no, I'll just try to brute force it up.
Are you also just carrying the long sword with the grusk head on it as you're also standing?
No, I sold the longsword. So
Okay.
Yeah,
What's the
you guys just have it in like a little bowling ball bag.
yeah, we have the
pillowcase.
gag, and we just wear it like a backpack now.
Yeah, you guys have skulls as an item in a lot of my campaigns.
Yeah,
That is
Joe.
true.
It says something more about you than us.
I think so. But all right, Jake, you got one success there. Alex got none, but that's okay. So as you push up on this, Jake, you feel like it's giving a little bit, and you see him pushing on it. And as you're lifting up, he like pulls his hands back, and you don't feel the weight change at all. You see his hands go underneath the cart. He says, "I'm sorry," and he puts a gas mask over his face.
Oh. Did he just
You
fart?
see purple smoke fill up the area as canisters go off in all of these random places. You hear voices call out. He's like, "Get him!" And you hear the shuffling of this guy like pulling his way out from underneath this cart.
So that's what it feels like to be gotten.
Yeah.
Usually we're the gotters, not the got in.
Yeah.
Everyone not wearing gas masks takes.
Even John and I hanging back.
You guys will take it at. It's like a big area that hit it, but I'll say you guys take it at faulty because you're a little bit farther out. You're not like completely in the center of it. Actually, let me roll that twice then. Actually, I'll just roll 2 and say that you guys get the lower and they get the higher.
It's like reverse trusty.
Yeah. So, Jake and Alex, you guys take 5 physical damage as you're coughing on this like thick smoke that fills your lungs. And John and Chuck, you take 3 damage.
I take
That's
it
it.
armor does not work against this.
It does.
Oh, good.
Did you say this was physical?
Yeah, it's still physical. Yep.
And it was how much? 3 for Chuck and I?
3.
Yeah, 3 for you guys.
Jake, what's your physical score?
Right now it's a 1.
Don't forget we
Okay,
did
we're
get a
both down to
long
1.
rest.
Yes, and I got 1 point
Okay.
from my earlier lost bronze. So,
Okay.
and thank goodness I did.
Yeah.
And I got this armor. I can do like this thing.
Hang on a sec, because I forgot to heal from that long rest.
My cat just broke my brain, but I have like a little plushie that's like on my desk, and it was just walking its way along the wall because my cat's like claw was in it. It was like in the corner of my eye, like what the fuck?
It is haunted. Oh.
Little asshole cat.
Really going for that discount.
All right.
Damn it. Joe, what's
You
the
hear-
healing dice? I'm looking at the healing section, and it must just be dodging my brain pan.
Possibility.
You're trying to heal how?
Well, I
So
forgot
what do
to
you-
recover with our long rest overnight.
Oh, it's the lower. So when you take a long rest,
Yeah.
you choose either healing in all of your pools by the lowest stat in each pool, or in one of your pools by the highest stat in that pool.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and then I take 3.
And I think that's in healing.
Maybe I'm blind.
I think it's at the top of healing. There's like short rest. Heal 1 health in each pool, or 2 in one pool for the short rest. And then long rest, heal
Lowest
harm
stat,
by the
okay.
lowest stat in each pool, or the highest
I
stat. in
just
one pool.
looked right the fuck over it. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think Joe's cat's trying to get canceled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
It's got the Shannon. Watch out, or Obi-Wan Kenobi will show up to try and mentor it.
Yeah.
I just combined
All right.
Star Wars and Stephen King. Yeah.
What? I
Joe,
didn't hear the first part of it.
I said Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to show up to mentor your cat. It's in a reference to Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, and then also Ewan McGregor being in Doctor Sleep. Is that what it was called? The Stephen King movie, the sequel
Yeah,
of The Shining.
So.
Yeah. I liked that movie.
He didn't sleep as much as I was thinking. Like, sleep was definitely a focus, but like I was expecting like some Tempur-Pedic to get busted out or something, and it never happened.
Yeah.
Guy went to Furniture Mart and got
Right?
a new bed
Yeah.
and a credited bed.
Like, we didn't even know his sleep number at the end of it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
All right. So, whoever's doing initiative, so you guys hear lots of voices call out. It sounds to be like maybe 4 or 5 people. If you want to do initiative, it's a physical saving throw, or you can just opt to go in the middle.
Physical saving throw, that's the highest value.
Yep, highest. Yep.
Okay.
So far, John went, and then
Oh,
Chuck.
no
And we'll just say
successes.
everyone else is going like right in the middle.
Yeah, I'll just go middle.
John, did you fail too?
I did.
Nice.
And I've taken enough damage that I'm like, I don't want to push because,
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't even want to give myself the option.
Fair.
That's fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, looks like they get to go first, or you hear swift actions first. So pretty much it's whoever succeeds initiative, the swift actions of the enemy. Whoever doesn't take initiative, main action of the enemy. Whoever failed initiative. So everyone gets their swift actions on the enemy team first. And they start positioning. You see people like popping out. There's like smoke and things, but it is middle of the day, so you can see silhouettes where everyone's at. It's not completely obscuring, but they all seem to be wearing respirators and masks. You see what looks to be 3 people that have like lawn rifles or something. And then you see 2 others that have like spiked bats. They're all squaring up positioning. You see the ones with the lawn rifles taking aim, and the ones with the bats. One of them is this guy that was like underneath or pretending to be pinned underneath this cart. He pushes his way out and he's starting to stand, has his club in his hand now. And then another one steps out from inside of the cart, like the side of it opens up. Then it looks like Alex, you get to go.
Do they have long rifles?
Yeah, so you see there's 3 people with rifles and 2 people with bats.
I have one physical. I almost literally have to just run away.
Or you hurt
I mean,
that
again,
bad?
when you run out of physical health, it doesn't
Drop you.
it doesn't mean that you're down. It just means you start taking conditions. I will say certain encounters you take different types of conditions. And with there being this like sleeping, smoking gas in the air, one of the conditions you're probably going to take is getting knocked unconscious if you take a lot of physical damage in this fight.
Yeah, that was the other thing is I kind of want to get out of the gas.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't, gas isn't like doing constant damage to you. Like it did like this one burst of it as it went off. But being in it will probably put you to sleep if you take a lot of physical damage while inside of the gas.
I'm just gonna try to move over towards Jake.
Okay. He's also in the gas.
Yes.
But,
But yeah, no, I'm just like back to back.
okay. You do so. You're able to move over, and then you've got an action that you can take too. So you're able to do that with your swift actions, back to back with them. You can still have a main action to try and do stress or harm to anyone in the fight.
Oh yeah. Let me try to harm somebody. Boop. Take out my little dagger.
All right. The 2 people that are like closest to you are the ones with the bats. And it seems like the guys with the rifles are kind of spread out randomly. Like,
I'd be going for the guys with bats then. Sounds like.
okay.
Boop. And that's just the melee, correct?
Yes. That one success.
Ooh.
Nice.
You didn't get any ones. You gonna
All
push
right.
it, man?
Nah.
It's physical, so if you get a one,
Gotta not do that.
Yeah.
I don't want an instant condition.
All right, and then you can do your impact roll there. I think your dagger should still be is it a D4 or what are you attacking with?
I have a D6 dagger.
D6 dagger.
So that means
right.
it's just a D6 die size?
Yep. D6 of physical damage that you're doing. 5 physical to this guy. You stick him in the side with your dagger. Looks like he's got some armor, so it reduced it a tiny bit, but definitely hurt him.
Yeah.
All right.
I look at Jake's character and I say, Scarecrow poison, we gotta get out of here.
All right. Now the enemy gets to take their turns, and then it'll be everyone else taking their turns. So these two guys with the clubs. Something that you notice about them, they both seem to be older. They don't seem to be like, they're kind of holding the clubs weird, like it's not really their preferred weapon. And you see these really intense like shackles that are very tightly bound around their wrists. They're squaring up with these bats and taking a swing at both of you guys.
Boys do not want to be here.
If we duck at the same time, they'll hit themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just hit us.
Just one low.
Yeah.
We're on our knees and they're beating us.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them gets one success.
They got a lot more dice.
They do. That one gets one success. I'm not going to push that. So, Alex, Jake, you each are going to take one hit from these clubs. And what size bat are they using?
D80.
I'm gonna say
They are using
D20.
D8s.
Joe, I was
No,
joking.
there's no D20s.
They're those big red plastic bats with nails out in them.
All right, this is for
Whipple
Jake
bat?
first, and then for Alex.
Ooh.
All right, 5 and then 6 physical damage, respectively. So, where does that put you guys on your physical health?
Put me at negative.
Less than
Yeah.
0.
What's your total physical health, Alex?
5.
5. Okay. Does it put you past -5?
That would put me
Or-
at -5.
At -5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is past negative
Um,
5 death?
Yes.
No, it counts as an extra fatigue.
Oh, does it? Okay.
So
John, you came in too quick with that. Yes.
I did. I
thought
thought
we
it
were on the
was
same
because I was
team.
close to that last time. So I was like, is it? Okay.
all right, we're gonna do D12s, or actually, I'll have you guys roll the D12s. Don't roll a 12, but Alex and Jake each of
Don't
you roll a
roll a
D12.
So
No
212
pressure.
coming right up.
Okay. whew.
Oh,
That's the opposite of a 12.
1. Okay.
and a 2. Nice.
So
Jake.
together
Put 'em
we will
together.
get 12. Yeah.
So Jake, you get psych. Nothing happens, but you still get fatigue. So you just increment your fatigue up 1. And then Alex, you are knocked prone.
Okay.
So basically, you just have to spend one of your swift actions to stand next turn. And if
Okay.
you stay prone, people will hit you a little bit harder.
Yeah. I will not be doing that.
Okay. And then you take 2 fatigue since they hit your health total into the negative.
2 fatigue.
Yep. Alrighty. And then with that, the riflemen start firing off, and they're just going to kind of shoot randomly at you guys.
Have they spotted Chuck?
They
and I?
would.
That's the question right there.
Oh, yeah. Have they spotted you guys? Do you have to roll that?
Yes, because there's a meowing cat right next to you.
Ah, son of a. I knew I should have brought this.
This
cat
cat's all
along.
like, this ghost has a gun. Do something, man.
Actually, Chuck's got all the animals. I mean, or they get start shooting at our animals.
Oh, God.
You have to roll stealth for
Oh,
each of the
yeah.
animals.
Oh, no. Let's see.
I mean, fuck, I've got
I-
5
I-
animals now.
I'm picturing that Chuck just has a chicken on his head.
I've got 2 chickens now.
Ruthergar pops out like a friggin'
Yeah.
D&D ranger with his beast
They don't see you, but they
companions.
see they don't see you, but they see a floating puffin and a floating crab.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've got Puffin
Flying
Daddy,
crab just coming
Brian
right out.
Crabston. That's all she goat. Punky Rooster and Hennifer Gardner. Holy shit,
Okay.
lollygaggers! Thanks for that raid. we're doing
Hey
things.
guys. Yeah. They got ambushed by people in a cart.
And
with
those
sleeping
fuckers
bags.
farted so much.
They
It
did.
was
They do.
gross.
It's payback for our discussion about mythical creature pooping.
We did.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm. We discussed Grusks pooping. And
So one of them
Bigfoot.
does not notice you guys, so he's just going to roll randomly between Alex and Jake, and the other two are going to roll randomly between all of you. So I'm just going to do Zoom overlay order. And it's the first one is the one that did not see you guys. 2, 3, 2. So first one is only shooting between Jake and Alex. It hits Jake. The second one hits John. And the third one hits Jake.
Putting this armor to use.
Yeah.
It's leather armor. It's a really good protection against bullets.
It's a bulletproof jacket.
Okay.
Full metal jacket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the
And
movie's
with
about.
that,
You are
the
not
one
even
rifle
human
people, I
fucking
think,
beings.
only have a D6. Yeah, their rifles only do D6. That's not too bad. All right. Jake, you're going to take 6 physical damage from the first shot.
Ow.
And then John, you're going to take 4 physical damage. And then Jake, you take 2 physical damage again.
Fuck.
Well, that's a fatigue for me there, Joe. If you want-
Okay,
I
roll
need
your
to roll a
D12.
D12, yeah.
Yep. It's not a 12. That's good. You get clouded. You cannot use skill or spell ranks on the next test.
That's
But then
not
it clears up
terrible.
after that. Yeah. And then
Saying
Jake, I
the
imagine
person
that.
who didn't take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's not a spellcaster or
Uh-huh.
anything.
I mean, skill ranks. I got skills,
Uh-huh.
but still.
And then Jake, how much? What's your maximum physical at again?
7.
Okay. So with that, on that first hit, push on the red fatigue button first.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, and then roll your d12. 7. Outburst. Lose concealment or draw attention to yourself.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Yeah, and mechanically, that just,
can't wait.
and that just
baby, shoot me again.
for the next round when they're doing like random targeting, that makes me put like an extra entry for you in that.
Saw is ready.
I got you for 3 minutes.
And then the second one, when they hit you, you're still at max. So now you have 3 fatigue, or increment your fatigue up by 1, and then hit fatigue again as that second one hits.
Well, for the second attack, that would not have gone through my armor.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah,
still,
Joe.
That second fatigue, though.
Yeah.
Join the
Yeah.
club.
So your fatigue goes up, but you don't for the second hit. Yeah, fatigue, nothing goes up. You're good on that. You just avoid it all. And then the rest of you. So John, Jake, and Chuck. What do you guys do?
Well, the guy who shot me, I'm gonna crack a whip at his junk
Face.
because it's not wearing a gas mask.
Okay. Do so.
Yes.
He's close enough. The one that shot at you is close. There's 2 that are 1 zone away from you, and one of them that is 1 zone in the same zone as you. So you don't need to move.
No. Okay. Good. Stay back to back. This would not be contact. Would this be echelon or occult?
They would not be echelon or occult.
Oh well. I try.
Oof.
You want to push that roll?
Oh,
I'm,
fuck.
I'm good.
4 fucking ones. God damn.
Unfortunate. Okay. Yeah.
I really draw attention to myself.
You wildly
That was
flail your
hardcore.
whip. Doesn't hit anyone. Who wants to go next? Either John or Chuck.
I don't care, man. You want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead, Chuck. Take
All
a
right.
shot.
Well, for one of my swift actions, I want to observe. And I want to
Okay.
try and notice the relationship between these people with long rifles and the people with clubs.
Okay. So I'll say the ones wearing long rifles seem to be wearing a little bit more kind of official, like better kept up clothing. Like they seem to be
Yeah.
wearing more like military-esque fatigues. And they've got an insignia on it that you don't really recognize. The two that are holding the clubs, they're not wearing as nice of clothes, but they still have the same like insignia on their
Okay.
deal.
All right. Well, and then I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna just take a shot at one of the long rifle dudes.
Okay.
Would you say that this is common or urban?
There is common. Yes.
Fuck yeah!
I did it.
2 successes,
Nice.
0 failures. I'm gonna push. Fuck! I just hurt myself.
Still 2. Okay. So yeah, you take the 1 physical,
Mhm.
but you get the 2, and then you already. So your bow is now a D8. And it's
D8
already
trusty. So I roll 4D.
So you roll 3 dice,
Okay, and I drop the lowest
and
of
then
the
click
3.
trusty
Oh, let me
Yeah.
do that then.
on the impact roll. Yeah.
All right.
And so
this
make sure
is
it's a D8 that's
3,
selected, and then you roll 3 dice.
D8 and trusty. 16.
Actually, wait. Did I do the dice wrong? No, it should have just been.
Well, because
2.
trusty lets me, I roll twice and I drop the lower. Would I have rolled
Yeah.
twice for each of those?
So trusty is it adds an extra die and it drops the lowest.
Right.
And so
okay.
because you had 2, you were rolling 3,
Should've
but
only rolled 2
that
and then
macro
click
accounts for
trusty.
that. So you would just put 2 D8 and click trusty. Yeah.
Okay, let me roll that again.
Yeah. I made that more complicated than it needed to be.
Okay. 10 damage.
There you go. Okay. You just kill one of them.
Fuck
This
yeah.
guy, arrow straight to the neck, take him out. That is.
And then I'll use my. Oh, I guess I don't know. I'll use my last swift action to go prone
Okay.
because I'm still back there.
So-
Back there ways. Yeah.
Yeah. And that'll make it harder for them to hit you at range.
Yeah.
All right. And then, John, had you gone yet?
Nope. So I'm still gonna use my spell. I just can't use my spell ranks. Correct.
Right. Yeah. You can still
Okay.
use the spells, but
Okay.
you don't benefit from the ranks
All right.
on your
So-
next test.
I'm going
And
to
then it
use
clears.
my. I think it was force I used. I'm going to try to yoink off one of the gas masks.
Oh.
It preferably to myself.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. You can do that. Nice. I'll say 1 success is enough to like get the mask off of them.
Okay.
But you would need another success for you to get the mask.
Now, may as well go for it. Oh,
Yeah. Take
Well,
2
I-
physical.
I'm out of physical, so
Okay.
click my fatigue.
So yeah,
raise
click
it by
fatigue
1?
first.
and then, lingering. Yay!
Oh.
And this is magic, right? Or is this physical?
What's your you're using occult magic, right?
Yeah.
So it is physical damage,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and you're in the smoke, but
Mhm.
you got the gas mask. Of course, this would be when you roll it.
Of course, yeah.
mhm.
High or low?
Hi.
All right. Let's do. And it's low. So, here's what happens: you strain yourself as you're ripping this mask off. As soon as you get the mask ripped off of the guy, he starts choking. So roll a d10.
Nice.
7. Oh man, yeah, he's like kind of doubled over. He's not out, but seems to be the gas is like really messing with this guy as soon as you rip the mask off of him. But the exertion as you're putting like that into your spell seems to like knock you out, and you pass out. But you get the gas mask like to yourself. So you're fitting it on yourself, but you're just like barely not able to stay awake as you're succumbing to your pain. You're unconscious. I will say because you got the gas mask on, you can be woken up pretty
Okay.
easily.
I just needed a little lie down.
Yeah,
It's all so
sit down.
exciting.
Just a little
After
nap.
all that struggle, he
Little
finally got the
combat
mask
nap.
off, and he was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's just me
Nap
at work.
time.
It just
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that. So basically, for this encounter, any lingering or critical that you guys are taking, it's just knocking you guys unconscious from this gas. It's happening. All right. So one of the guys is dead. One of them is injured. And one of the guys was hurt pretty bad, I think. You stabbed one of the dudes.
Yeah.
Didn't you, Alex?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
No, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got one with a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay, next round. If anyone's doing initiative, roll.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
was
go
taking
for
a
it.
nap.
Yeah,
Yes, double success.
Look at that.
2 successes.
Mhm.
Fails. Yeah, and then you being unconscious, John, when it rolls around to your turn, I'll let you attempt a dire physical saving throw. So you have to roll with the lower of your physical
Okay.
stat.
All right.
Okay, so with that, we'll say, Chuck, you get to go first.
I am going to stand up,
Okay.
take a shot at another one of the long gun dudes. How many are left?
There are 2 long gun dudes. One of them is like coughing pretty badly from his mask getting ripped off.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's almost out. And then the other one is still wearing a mask, hasn't been touched.
I'm going to shoot the other one then.
Okay.
All right, agility, ranged, and context. Fuck yeah. 2 successes.
2 successes
I am
again. So same
not
deal.
pushing it.
Yep.
You sure?
All right, so this
So,
is 2d8
2d8
plus
click
trusty.
trusty. Yep.
Gotcha. 12 damage.
And again, you just one shot him, arrow to the neck,
Very cool.
takes him out.
Use my last swift action, drop prone again.
Okay. Fantastic. Then it rolls around to they get all of their swift actions. So you see the guy that's like coughing and stumbling through the smoke a little bit. He looks around, he sees that his one of his people have dropped down, readies his rifle back up, and he starts trying to like aim out to where you are, Chuck. He's gonna take a shot in your direction, looks like he's lining up. And yeah, because I don't think anyone else passed. So they're all getting their full turn now. Yeah. So he's going to take a shot out at you, Chuck. But because you are prone, it's going to be more difficult for him.
So Is it his turn to shoot, or is it still their swift action phase?
Because you're the. Oh, actually, yeah. So John and Jake didn't take initiative, so they should go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So John, do your dire
Sure thing.
physical. And if you roll ones and this doesn't
All right. Is
matter
context
so much.
applied to this one at all?
This would be common.
Okay.
Or technology, I guess, if you have technology. Because it's against the.
Nope.
Okay. And then Jake, you get your turn.
The one who just popped off a shot, I'm going to try to go after him.
Okay.
I'll
Sure.
use my
You'll have
throwing
to
axe on
move.
that guy.
Okay. You will not have to move if you want to use your throwing axe.
Yeah. And for my swift action, I'll draw it and then I'll throw the
Okay.
axe. I'll re-roll it. I'll take a chance. Hey, there we go.
Okay. 8.
There you go.
So roll your impact. 1 die. D6.
5.
And that is enough because it's the guy that was like choking and coughing on this gas, and this axe like hits him in the back of the head, and it looks like it doesn't maybe kill him. You can't tell if it knocked him out or if it killed him, and he just kind of collapses into the smoke.
Was that one of the
we
other
got
guys
him.
with guns, or no?
Yeah. That was the guy who
Yeah.
tried to shoot you.
All
Okay.
3 with guns are down
Okay,
now.
cool.
Yeah. Now it's just the 2 guys with bats.
And the bats
And
are
with
angry. They're
that-
screeching and flapping.
Oh shit!
Right.
We're gonna get rabies. Oh, I'm afraid of water.
Alex, what were you doing?
Was there still any? We got rid of all the people with the bats, right?
No,
With the guns.
There's only the 2 people with bats. All the people with guns are gone.
Okay, the people with guns are on. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to take another stab at one of the bad guys. I think it's all I'd be
Okay.
trying to do. Boop. So I'm gonna make a melee. Boop. Yeah.
One success. All right. And roll your impact. 1d6. 5. Okay. This guy is still up, but he is looking pretty bad. This is the one that you had already stabbed.
I need you to die.
Lay down.
Oh, wait, is he next to me? That guy would be next to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can
You
do that.
stabbed him.
I had to stand up. I forgot.
Yeah, and you had enough. You get 2 swift actions.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
you get 2 swift actions. They have to be different things, and then you get 1 main action, which is like a dice roll.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
no,
so that one's badly hurt. From here, they get 2 bat guys get to attack. I believe.
They should just not do that.
I vote for
Right,
that.
because
Yeah.
Jake is the one that.
That, and I've also got.
I
I've
think
drawn
I messed
attention to
up
myself.
initiative. Right. Who hasn't gone this turn yet? Because Chuck, you went,
I went first.
and then Alex went,
I'm just
and
gonna.
then
Jake went during the middle section. John is
Jake
taking a
went during the
nap.
middle section, and then John took his down. Okay, so yeah, it's just the 2 bat guys, and then it's going to loop around. Okay, so they both take swings, and they can only really swing between Jake and Alex. So 1, 2, Jake, 3, 4, Alex. Actually, the one that you've been stabbing, it doesn't make sense for him to not swing at you. We're just gonna
Yeah.
have 1-1 go at you guys. Yeah. First one, it's going to be swinging at you, Jake. That's
Hey,
one.
would hit.
Not gonna push. Oh,
Ooh.
and 2 hits against Alex. Okay,
Oh,
so
love that.
he does 1 damage against you, Jake, so it doesn't ping through your armor.
Man,
so
what a
you are
great
good.
investment I made.
Yeah.
And then Alex,
He does
got 2
300
dice.
damage.
Oh my god!
Good lord.
You
Oh,
take
yeah.
so roll your fatigue that you have currently, and you're going to take 2 more fatigue.
Just click the fatigue. Oh, boy.
Okay, so you're knocked unconscious as this. He just hits you in the back of the head, and you kind of stumble, succumb to all this smoke in the air, and you hit the ground. So looks like John and Alex are both out. Jake is up. Chuck is up. There's just the 2 bat guys.
Does my fatigue go
and
up
then-
by 2?
Yeah, your fatigue goes up by 2 because you did. Actually, it goes up by 3 because you did your health bar 2 times over. Wow.
So I'm at 5 fatigue right now.
Yep.
Holy shit, man.
And that's fine. There's no cap to fatigue yet. But it just makes it really likely for you to get a critical injury the higher it goes. Okay. Loops around. So Chuck and Jake, are either of you doing initiative?
Yes.
I'll go for it.
Nope. I failed.
You fail? Fail. Okay, so they get to go first. Just 2
Time out.
bad guys on you.
I am gonna try and push that just because I need to save people.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, okay. You get to go first. So you see there are 2 bat people. One of them is pretty badly hurt, and the other one hasn't been hit at all.
Which one? So one of them's over Alex, right? Alex is unconscious.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
another
that's
one
the
is
one that's
on
pretty injured.
the other one's on Jake.
Yep. And that one has not been hit.
I'm gonna try and save Alex because Alex is down. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shot
Okay.
at this dude. I'm gonna use a quick action to stand up. I am.
You so one thing I will say that you notice too, it doesn't look like he's trying to finish Alex off. Like looks like
Okay.
getting him knocked unconscious was the goal.
Okay. Actually, if that's the case, I'm gonna completely change up my tactic here. I'm gonna yell out, and I'm gonna try and reason with them. I'll be like, "Hey,
Okay.
your bosses are dead. We see those shackles. Why don't you just stop, back out? We'll help you get out of those shackles. You can go on your way, and people will just presume that you died in this ambush. Come on, buddy. Let's you don't
Bring it
need-
in.
Okay.
Bring it in.
Bring it in. Don't need to put your
Come
life
on.
out on this.
Yeah, give me a compel, and I'll say it is common.
Okay.
So
Oh.
you get that.
Charisma.
And then get
Nice.
get an additional 2 dice on this.
Okay. Pull a success. I'm calling it good at a success.
Yeah. That is enough. Yeah.
Okay.
It was 2 because they are like a little bit out number. I mean, you're pretty far back. You've got range on them. He's very hurt. And they've seen that you've been like one-shotting
Yeah.
each of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why you got 2 there. 1 success is enough. One guy's like injured and he's just holding his side and he's bleeding out of like one of the wounds that Alex put in him. He just kind of lets his bat drop to the ground. He looks at the other guy and they kind of shrug and they look down at their shackles and they One of them puts their hand up, the other one puts both of his hands up and drops his weapon.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. We are out of combat then. So Alex and John, you guys are still unconscious.
Mhm.
Wouldn't be too hard to, and like at this point too, the combat's been going on for a little bit, so the smoke is starting to slowly dissipate out. It's not lingering too much.
My
Well, there's
first
a couple of dead guys, so I'm going to grab one of their masks just to, get a nice
Okay.
breath in.
Yeah.
that way my task would be dragging John and Alex out of the smoke too, calling those two over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Al's
And
helping
out of
with the gas
combat, you're
mask,
able to
yeah.
slap them back to wake, so they're both able to wake back up, no longer incapacitated.
Did you have a good nap?
I did. I got the
No.
mask. And then I took a nap.
I understand. Well,
Hey, does
Yeah.
my pool refresh on physical?
Short rest.
It does not. Well, so you guys actually do get a short rest for the combat ending.
Okay.
So
What's that give again?
I
this
just
counts
read
as
that.
short rest.
That
Oh.
is heal 1 health in each pool, or 2 health in one pool,
Yep.
and recover
I will
1
go
last
with
spell.
physical.
Yeah, I'm same boat.
There are advancements that let you heal more on rests and have more health.
Yes.
I will take that into
Yes, no.
consideration.
Yeah, that might need to be done.
So, I don't have any healing capability, but the dude who's injured, I would like to try and patch him up or something. Is there a way I can do that?
Yeah, I mean, you could make a men test on him. And basically, this would be like stabilizing, and it's more of a like disposition type of thing.
Okay.
If you're not like a healer.
And mend is a wisdom stat. Okay. I'll try.
Okay. They are common.
Very good. Cutting me off at the pass, Joe. No successes. I tried. I'm like, it's beyond my
success.
skill.
You want me to
Okay.
take a look at it?
If you would be so kind.
Like, dude, you got stabbed 41 times. I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
Right.
this is
I can
Above
fix
my pay grade.
this
Weird-looking
one,
dagger, too.
but not those 18.
I only got so much flexity.
Yeah, you guys are kind of poking at him, and they're
Nope.
and were you doing that as a spell or just as a mental
Just a
test?
skill. Just a
Okay.
mental test.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you strain yourself. Takes 1 physical
Oh,
stress.
okay.
Or actually, no, this is mental.
Yeah, this would be mental because it
Yeah.
wasn't using my spell.
Right. So 1 mental stress, but you don't hurt them. It wasn't so much that you're like critically failing or anything. So you guys are kind of like poking at him. He's just like, it's fine. And shrugs it off, and he glances a little bit at you, Alex, but kind of he understands, and he seems to be like a little bit wary of you.
What was
Two
this
of
all
them.
about? What's with the badges?
I still would like.
I'm
to
also
kill him.
looting one of the rifles.
Yeah, and there are 3 lawn rifles. They each deal a d6, and
I will take one of those.
I would like to also.
They
take one if
have-
possible.
okay, they are technology, ranged, and have
Common.
reload 1.
Damn it.
Unless Al or Lonan, if you want. I mean, Gareth and I both took one. If one of you want one of these rifles.
Yeah, I was gonna grab one.
Okay, that's 3.
No, all I need is
No.
my axe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
The
one.
way reload works.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The way reload works is if you roll a 1 on the damage die, then you have to spend a swift action to reload it.
Okay.
What's the die size?
D6.
D6.
D6. Okay. That's not hard.
These.
I am taking this for trading because I like my bow.
Also, I'm keeping my gas mask.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
That, yeah. Keep that. Yeah,
There were
definitely.
3 gas masks altogether.
Technically
5.
5.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
We
take
each
my
Yeah,
take
they each had a
one.
gas mask.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to give one to Dan. A car.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Yes.
Good thing a car was out there making sure there weren't any
Yeah.
backup for the bad
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
He was tending to the
Before
animals while
gas
we
mask
fought. That's
technology.
what it was.
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
That's what it was.
They count as an accessory item.
Oh.
If you wear it.
I'm just going to keep it in my general items. I'm not wearing it currently. Is that how that works, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
They do not count as armor, though.
Yeah.
So, but they prevent like gas type attacks, and they work as you would expect.
Okay.
They're worth a D4 to trade. They're not like super nice gas masks or anything. Like they don't look like
They're like the
you know,
What do we
crazy
have before,
machine.
though?
They're like slightly better than makeshift.
Slightly better than putting your handkerchief around your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all look the same. Like they look like they've been
The
mass
Pepsi can stuffed with
manufactured.
cotton.
Yeah, that type of thing.
All right. So,
But
so where are you two from? You got names?
and they kind of look at each other a little bit, and
A cigarette.
the two of them seem to be like specifically looking at you, John, and Alex. You're a caster, right?
Yeah, I'm tempting to be.
Okay. Yeah, they both kind of look at you guys
Aspiring.
more specifically, and Dan, if you were here.
Mhm.
Stan's also a caster.
Yes, he is.
And he says, like, well, we're from the trenches to the east, and we're here for people like you. We got picked up in a similar way a long time ago. I don't know if you guys have heard of what they're doing to our kind out there. He like nods, talking about like casters. They're trying to trench off all of the basin, and they're kind of slave camping people like us that can dig a little bit more efficiently than a pickaxe and a shovel. And there are some of us that aren't quite great at the manual labor sort of deal. So instead, we're shackled and our magic suppressed, and we are out here to pay off our debt by putting other people in our place.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see if we can get those shackles off.
Question. Actually, before we do that,
All right.
if we get these shackles off of you two and let you go on your merry little way, are you going to cause any trouble for us?
Not for you guys.
What are you going to do next?
And they're like, we're pretty sure you won't be able to get these off. In fact, we would very much not like you to attempt it.
Do they blow up?
If you do it wrong, we won't have hands anymore. Let's just say that.
I understand.
Carpe diem, though.
All right.
I'd rather have hands than even if I can't cast magic with them anymore.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
So, I mean, I guess that's the thing. Before we let you go, we need to know that you're not going to
we're
cause
not going
any-
to get our crap kicked in.
Yeah, we're not going to cause your. That's the short answer. Yeah, no more future trouble caused directly by you two for us.
So the one that's injured, he's very quickly just like, oh yeah, like I'm quitting it. Like this isn't worth getting my debt paid off. Like I almost died.
Well,
I don't like that. I'm just gonna go live out my life.
You didn't even really want to be here in the first place. You were just
Yeah.
trying to get out of a bad situation. I get that.
What about?
It's just like I'm totally fine, living my life out as a mundane hermit. Like, you're never gonna see me again. The guy that didn't get injured, though, like, see him kind of like looking at his shackles and things. He's looking back at you guys. It's like, well, I mean, I'm technically free, but
We have to tell that guy.
it's like, to be honest, I'm probably just gonna go back there. Like,
Oh yeah,
I don't know. You guys don't know what it's like to not be able to. Like, I've had this ability my whole life, and now I don't. And
I think we
it
need
just
to kill
feels
that
wrong.
guy. Stab him in the back.
Yeah, you're right. I pull my long rifle and I shoot him in the face.
Okay. I was gonna.
Hey,
Just
they
something
work.
else. Okay.
So that's
right.
how you reload. Okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll for damage. It's just
Yeah.
you're just like straight up executing him.
Oh yeah. No hesitate. Just
Okay.
like, oh, okay. You sound like you might like. I mean, I got 3 fucking friends that are on these dudes' fucking list. So yeah, I'm fucking putting them down immediately.
Mhm.
And then I'm
I
letting
like
the
how
other
we're
dude
just-
go.
I was like, we're covered in
Yeah,
red
so-
mist, and just turn to the other guy like, so you're clear that
It's like, yeah,
Yeah, everything's fine between
I'm
us.
just gonna
right?
walk
Yeah.
that way for like
Hey,
5 days.
you stop
And-
right there, buddy. Take this D4 bag of gold. That way you have some funds to help you along the way.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, take it, man.
And he looks to see if you're like reloading.
I will drop the rifle on the ground and pull out the bag of gold to show him I've got no intention of hurting him.
Now, if you come here with me, I'll walk with you a little bit ways here. There's a town, not too far. You can probably get there by nightfall. Down that way, and
Are you pointing to like where you guys came from or
Yeah.
where you guys are going
Yeah.
to? Okay.
If
Nice
you see a
place.
giant trench and a big metal box, stay away from it.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a box full of nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
If how big? Like,
pretty big.
Pretty big. Very
If
big.
it's moving,
You'll notice it.
Yeah.
You'll hear it.
Have you ever seen
Okay.
the Jack in the Box toy?
yeah, those are small.
One of those with enough space inside to fit like 5 or 6 full-grown adult humans.
So use.
And it's fucking sentient. Like it fucking like likes to kill birds.
And you guys left that out there. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
We can't stop that.
besides
indestructible.
the threat to birds, it's relatively harmless. It got beat up by some fucking kids, so
That's before we powered it up, though.
it was powered up before because it had its crank before.
Oh, okay, true.
Yeah.
I'd still stay away from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you ever
Okay.
decide you want to get rid of that shackle and don't want to go back there, which I would highly recommend,
Mm-hmm.
you ask around and you find me. I got some ideas.
Okay.
And I wink at him with all 4 eyes on one side.
If it's okay, and he's just kind of like back away from you guys. Just town that way.
Yep.
That way.
That way.
Okay. I'll
Bye.
be.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Safe travels.
He's gonna like look at his dead friend and just like look back and and
I wouldn't think
kinda
about it.
limps. He's like doing this awkward like running
Yeah.
limp.
Listen, he's gonna be fine, guys. We
Good
gave him
sword.
some gold. We pointed him in this direction. I think we did a good thing here today.
It's like a little
we
bit
sure
past
did.
midday, so he'll make it like right at nighttime, probably. If he gets
Hey,
You know, maybe we
Lavin-
should take these guys' clothes just in case we ever need to disguise ourselves when we head east.
At
It's
least grab
fucking
the badges.
genius. Oh
But
yeah.
I think the clothes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
The wagon in
Yeah,
any
they-
kind of condition that could be used? Are we able to overturn it?
Yeah, so it looks like the wagon was very like intentionally just knocked on its side,
Then-
and you see that it is like a prison wagon. Like
Oh.
the inside of it's pretty much hollowed out. It's got a few. Like it looks like when they tipped it over, they had pulled everything out of it and then knocked it over, and then put it back in. So there
Prison
was some
wagon
just
or
Mhm.
mobile petting zoo.
Genius.
Holy shit sticks.
Yes.
Yep.
We don't
Oh,
have
yes.
anything to
Spend
pull
my
it.
prep token and say, "Good thing I brought this horse along, just in
And
case."
there are horses that they had like tucked away. There were
Oh,
two horses
Oh, that's fucking
that they had been
genius.
using to pull it.
So we strip the dudes down. We take their wagon. We take
Yep.
their horses. Did they have supplies in the wagon?
They did. They had some like pretty mundane rations and
Okay.
things. Um,
Nothing I need
that's
to worry
it.
about
Nothing,
us recording on our character sheets.
nothing
Okay.
crazy like that.
Guys,
Hey, sandwiches.
yeah, I would like to suggest that we pile up these bodies here. I've got oil that I didn't use from the Grunch or
You do?
whatever the fuck it was called. Why don't we
Grunch.
soak these bodies in the oil, light them on fire? It's not going to destroy the bodies, right? But at least it'll keep them from being identified.
I am gonna
Yeah.
open actually the bag that has a grusk in it and just check.
It's
It's
not
got little
bleeding,
legs.
but
Just check the little baby feet.
it looks like the skin is in much better condition than it was, like because it had been like burnt and peeling and stuff, and it just kind of looks like sunburnt now.
I don't like this.
You know, we left that body back there, right?
We did. We did.
You
I'm a little
did.
worried about that.
Do we
I'm
need
also worried what they're gonna do with this.
I can be traced back to that.
do we need to go back and get the body?
You know what? It might not be a bad idea.
Might
I
not.
mean, we've got a fucking cage now on wheels.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by this point, it's probably got like the head of an infant, so I think we should be able to take it.
Oh yeah, we could take a pillow and kill it. It'd be fine.
And we take its severed head. Let's char it a little bit more on these burning bodies.
Yeah.
You just like
Yeah.
put it on like the bayonet of a lawn rifle and just kind
Yeah.
of marshmallow toaster it a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go back and get that body because
Yeah.
we got a
It's just-
reputation to protect.
We do.
Sure.
Or build.
Yeah, with this
we'll
cart and the
go
horses,
around
you're able to
Percy,
travel
though,
back
right?
quite a bit faster.
Okay. Do we get to roll a die against the stress of the fucking travel for this?
You do. And I'll say you get to add a D8 to it as well. So roll a D6 and then also roll a D8 because of the cart.
I rolled the last one and I rolled a fucking 1. Someone else do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
And this is
like
and
it.
it's so you guys are backtracking back to the previous town, right?
We're going
Yeah.
back to the Gruss cave to
Okay.
recapture the
So-
body.
Suppose we can pick up that guy along the way.
We'll give him a lift.
Be like, yeah,
Yeah.
at least we can.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say with this, you do know like the cave was a little bit more off-roady, so that you probably like you could take the horses maybe, but not this whole cart.
Does one of us need to stay
very
back
easily.
and guard?
A car.
Like you could still get this cart there, but it wouldn't be as like smooth of a ride out there.
Would there be any risk of us damaging this cart beyond repair or recovery if we were to do that?
Unless you try to do something crazy with it, no. Like you feel confident that it like wasn't bad enough
Okay.
that
Okay.
you would have like
All right.
damaged it.
We'll take it. then.
It's just like it's like there's a lot of soft ground and stuff. Like it's not a well beaten path to get there.
Okay. Yeah, guys, let's take the cart clear to the cave.
Yep.
Go stab the body a few times.
Yeah.
We've got fucking rope. We got bear traps.
Yep. You still do. Yep.
Yeah.
I need to delete
Okay.
my oil.
I'll say you guys are able to do that with how well you rolled on this travel. Like you're able to pick up the guy on his hobbling way back to the town. You drop him off. You veer off, and you're going back down. And that's probably a good time to wrap for tonight.
Okay.
Just past 12.
Oh,
I
So we'll
have-
pick up with you.
Oh,
There's
sure.
one thing I'm gonna add. I'm gonna grab one of the bear traps, open it up, and then just dunk it on the head so that it snaps on the head. So it's gonna bear trap on the head.
I like
Okay.
it. That makes it easier too.
Sure.
If it starts regenerating, we just kick the bear trap a little.
Yeah. So bear trap chomps on it. It doesn't like go as far through as you would expect a bear trap
like
to.
that.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the skull's pretty hard, and it bleeds a little bit around where it hits.
Science.
Science.
But you don't see it like react to
Okay.
the
Yeah.
pain or anything.
Okay.
When we get back to the main town, we'll have to do a little research on how to make sure this stops bleeding permanently.
We're gonna give it to the fucking centaur
Of course, he knows.
and say it's your fucking problem now. We did the job.
We
Yeah.
hunted it. Yeah.
Now,
look
if he
at
wants
it.
to pay us to solve the issue,
That's another tier. Yeah, that's a fucking add-on feature right there.
Absolutely.
now we've got to talk about containment fees,
Mhm.
proton charging.
Yep. It all comes back
Right.
to star. Shit.
Fucking-
Goddamn.
Wow.
I smell toast. Goddamn Ghostbusters. That's what I meant to say.
Dan Aykroyd was my favorite Jedi.
He was so good as a Jedi.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. Jake, give me a Dan Aykroyd as a Jedi impersonation.
I'm Dan Aykroyd, Jedi Master.
Perfect.
And then Chuck, I'm gonna say for you resolving the combat the way you did, take
Yeah.
a GM boon.
Fuck yeah. That goes on advancements.
Yeah, it's just like a checkbox.
The
for
special. Yeah.
the EXP.
Very cool. Thank you.
No problem. But yeah, so that's where we're gonna wrap it. Basically, you guys pulling this cart up to the cave. You don't immediately notice anything out of the ordinary as you're approaching. You've got the head on a bear trap with a pillowcase in its mouth. Ready to go in and see what happened with the body.
Okay.
Boy.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
buddy.
Let's do those EXP questions here. Where is that? All right. Participate in the session. All of you did.
Hell yeah.
Did you gain or remove any conditions? So this would be anyone, even if it's immediate conditions that instantly clear, like that still counts.
Fucking Gareth. And
so
Alan, did you?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah.
Jake did.
Jake?
I
the
had
Jake-
an outburst.
Okay.
Yeah, you did as well. Yep. You had an immediate one. I think everyone failed at least one roll
Yeah.
or took harm from a push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you make progress on the story or objective? I would say yeah. Like you learned some stuff about the trench people. That's a big part.
Oh, yeah.
And then made progress on the objective, which is you thinking about its regenerative capabilities. You're going back to deal with that. I'd say that counts as progress on that too. And then Chuck, yeah, you got the GM boon for resolving
Nice.
combat
Very cool.
that way. Cool.
All right.
Sweet. So I think everyone got 4 then.
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4. I got 4 just because of the GM boost, because I did not take
Mhm.
a
And
condition.
then I think everyone else got a condition.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yep. And then you can hold on to that. You can buy an advance. You can spend it instantly on skill ranks, whatever. Or
I'm
However you
going
guys
to
wanna-
hang on to it because I'm going to buy an advance that gives me more health.
That's a good thing
Yeah.
to do. I need to look at advances.
yeah, all the ones that give you health are at the top.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching our 5th episode here of Anvea, Tomes of Ruin. What else do we have going on the channel, Chuck?
Well, I guess let's do chronologically rather than focusing on the channel. So Saturday, which technically is today. But Saturday at 1 p.m. Central over on Grim and Perilous Plays. We're doing another session of Forbidden Lands. That is the Blood March campaign. I've got the book right fucking here. That, yeah. Saturday night over on Goodman Games Official. You can catch myself and Joe and Jake and Dan and Eddie and Jeremy playing Weird Frontiers. Bert is running that for us. Well, if we're going chronologically, then John needs to make words.
I do need to make words. Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel, we have Oops All Goblins, our Pathfinder 2nd edition game. They are doing the Age of Ashes adventure path, and yes, they are all goblins, and it is a train that keeps on going. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah. And then picking that back up, Wednesday night, right here, we're doing the Night Below campaign from 2nd Ed D&D using Dungeon Crawl Classics. John, you play 50% of the Halfling Team 6 duo.
Yes.
Yeah. Very
Of half
sneaky.
Team 6.
Yeah.
Also known as Team 3.
Team 3.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
yeah, Alex plays our Chaos cleric, and you just figured out that you're a tank.
Yeah, I'm literally, I purposely didn't use an ability to push away undead just because I wanted to fight.
I don't blame you.
That's fair.
Running Night Below, it's a weird, like, it's that old school D&D, so they're like, hey, this is the more combat the better, and that's not my jam. Like, I'm looking at it like, if I run this by the book, we're looking at like the next 5 to 6 sessions is just a slog of combat, and fuck that. And then yeah, Joe, we'll be back here with your game on Friday.
Yep.
That's the week at large.
Episode 6 as you guys go into the cave and see what you left behind.
We're looking forward to it. Anything else?
Well, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. It's a lot of fun dragging you guys through the system.
I'm enjoying it.
And
it's fun.
see you in a week.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.